Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. The premiere of Bachelor in Paradise is just days away. The spinoff returns for Season 10 on Monday after a year-long pause. The show last aired in November 2023. Season 9 of BIP ended in multiple engagements, but they all ended shortly after the season finale aired. ABC never revealed why BIP didn't air last year, but fans think the network put the show on pause so they could revamp it and make some much-needed changes. One small change is that the spin-off returns to the summer schedule after airing during the fall. After filming in Mexico for 9 seasons, Season 10 was filmed in Costa Rica due to safety concerns. Hannah Brown joined the new season in a mysterious role of Paradise Relations. Exactly what she'll be doing remains to be seen, but one part of her job was to supply champagne to the contestants during the rose ceremonies. She's not the only familiar face on Season 10. The new Bachelor in Paradise season features both young and old stars from the Bachelor Nation franchise. Season 9 contestant Kat Izzo returned for another shot at finding love. While promoting the show recently, Jesse Palmer advised against an age gap romance. Keep reading to find out why. When do the Golden Cast arrive? 10 rejected contestants from the Golden Bachelor and the Golden Bachelorette hit the beach in Costa Rica for a second chance at love on reality TV. They joined the previously announced Week 1 Bachelor/Bachelorette cast-offs. The show has been tight-lipped about whether the two generations will be on the same beach or how it will work. But as the premiere date nears, some information is finally coming to light. ABC revealed on social media the schedule for the July episodes of Bachelor in Paradise. The schedule also revealed when viewers will first see the golden contestants. Set your Mondays in July aside for new episodes of Bachelor in Paradise. An extra episode will air on Tuesday, July 15. That's marked on the calendar as the day the Goldens finally arrive. Jesse Palmer revealed why he discouraged an age gap romance. The stars from the Golden shows are in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s. Jesse Palmer was recently on Live with Kelly and Mark to tease what to expect from the new BIP season. He said that he advised the younger cast to look to the older contestants for advice. He said, "I was in the young cast's ear the entire time explaining to them, you gotta pick their brains. They have had so much life. They have had so much experience. You need to get into their psyche and learn about things," he told Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. Kelly Ripa jumped in to ask if there was any romance between the younger and older generations. While Jesse Palmer couldn't confirm either way, he said that he had advised against an age gap romance. Why? He explained, "I encouraged everybody to stay in their generational lane, and above all else, don't make it weird. Just don't make it weird." That was the biggest thing. But did everyone stay in their lane? Tune in on Monday, July 7th to find out who finds love in paradise and who leaves the beach
shocking stay-in-your-lane advice to Bachelor in Paradise cast sparks generational war. The palm tree warning. The sun dipped low over the turquoise waters of Sayulita, Mexico. The waves lazily kissed the white sand, but tension buzzed louder than the nearby cicadas. Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise was in full swing, and the beach was, as always, teeming with drama, sunburns, and the ever-unpredictable cocktail ceremonies. But on this particular evening, the drama wasn't about who gave a rose to whom or who kissed whose ex under the waterfall. No, tonight's thunder came from host Jesse Palmer himself. After a string of dates between some of the older alumni, aka 30+, and the new Gen Z arrivals from recent Bachelor/Bachelorette seasons, Jesse had apparently had enough. During a beachside toast, as the cast gathered with piña coladas and rosé in hand, Jesse raised his glass and dropped a line that would become a viral soundbite before the episode even ended. Sometimes, the best connections happen when you stay in your generational lane. The cast laughed at first, unsure if he was joking, but Jesse wasn't smiling. In fact, he went on, "Seriously,
There's a reason you all come from different eras of this franchise. Maybe stick to your own." The beach fell silent. The older contestants stiffened. The younger ones raised eyebrows. Was Jesse serious? He was. And that's when Paradise turned into a battleground. Generational wars began. Immediately after Jesse's toast, cliques began to shift like tectonic plates. The millennials, ages 30 through 36, Michael A., Daniel M., Katie Thurston, and even a returning Blake Moynes found themselves huddled around the older cabana like war strategists. "What does he mean by generational lane?" Katie fumed. "Are we not allowed to have chemistry anymore?" Blake muttered, "Maybe he just doesn't want us stealing airtime from the 24-year-olds. The Gen Z squad, ages 22 to 27, took it as a subtle green light to own the season. "He's right," Kat said smugly. "Why are these oldies even here? Paradise should be about hot young energy." Brayden added with a dramatic swirl of his scarf, "No offense, but I didn't come here to date someone who remembers dial-up internet." Lines were drawn, friendships splintered, dates started getting sabotaged. And Jesse? He watched it all unfold like a man who'd thrown a match into a gas-soaked jungle. The Julia Ryan situation. At the heart of the controversy was a couple everyone had been rooting for. Julia Devane, a 25-year-old nurse from Zach Shalsh's season, and Ryan McAllister, a 34-year-old Silver Fox firefighter from Clara Crawley's season. They were unexpectedly electric together. Their chemistry was undeniable. Deep talks at night, morning swims, private smiles. They had something rare on the beach. Peace. But after Jesse's Lane speech, the whispers started. She's too young for him. He's using his age to manipulate her. She's chasing a daddy complex storyline. Julia felt it. The stares, the judgment. Even her own friends in the Gen Z villa started questioning her. "Don't let a crusty old man decide who you vibe with," Julia snapped at Rachel, who had suggested she should explore someone younger like Sean or Aaron. But Ryan, he started pulling away. "I just don't want to make you a target," he told her. "Maybe Jesse has a point. Maybe I don't belong here anymore." Julia's heart shattered, and she blamed Jesse Palmer for it. Jesse goes viral. As the episode aired, Bachelor Nation went nuclear. Twitter X exploded. Did Jesse just age shame half the cast? Is Jesse Palmer trying to control who people date now? Stay in your generational lane, excuse me while I jump in traffic. Instagram took sides. Millennials posted memes of Jesse with "OK Boomer" captions. Gen Z influencers clapped back with "age gap cringe is real" TikToks. Even Bachelor alums chimed in. Nick Viall said on his podcast, The Viall Files, "Honestly, Jesse should stay in his lane and let people fall in love. If Julia wants to date someone older, let her." Caitlin Bristow tweeted, "Age doesn't define maturity. I've dated guys younger and older, and trust me, dumb comes in all generations." The producers loved every second of it. Ratings soared, the controversy dominated headlines. And Jesse? He decided to clarify his comments. The exclusive interview. Sitting down with Entertainment Tonight, Jesse finally broke his silence. "It was taken out of context," he said. "What I meant was, people often connect best with others who understand their cultural references, life stage, and values. I wasn't saying older or younger couples can't work, but rather that sometimes they struggle because of generational gaps." Too late. The damage was done. Bachelor in Paradise had become Bachelor of the Age of Ultron, and no one was safe from the fallout. When age is just a number. Amid the chaos, a few rebels stood up. Julia, heartbroken and furious, marched straight up to Jesse on a production break. "Let me ask you something," she snapped. "If love is love, then why are you telling us to divide ourselves by birth year like we're in a high school cafeteria?" Jesse, surprised but impressed, didn't answer right away. "I wasn't trying to ruin anything," he admitted. "Just guide people toward realistic relationships." Julia shook her head. "You can't manufacture love. Isn't that the whole point of this show?" Word of her confrontation spread like wildfire. The generational lane tension started to fade as more couples defied the imaginary rule.
Michael A. connected with Jess, 27, over grief, healing, and compassion. Kat Izzo, shockingly, found herself vibing with 32-year-old Andrew Spencer after a tequila-fueled dance-off. And Julia, Ryan came back. "Screw the noise," he told her. "If you'll still have me, I want to prove everyone wrong, starting with Jessie." She kissed him, and the beach erupted in cheers. Redemption or ratings? As the finale loomed, Jesse Palmer returned for the last rose ceremony, but this time he didn't bring rules or warnings. He brought reflection. Standing in front of the fire pit, he addressed the cast. "This season, I may have said something that hit the wrong nerve. I encouraged you to stay in your generational lane, but I was wrong. Love doesn't follow rules. Love doesn't care about age brackets. That's why this show works, and why you're all still here." Some cried, some rolled their eyes, some just sipped margaritas. But when Julia and Ryan got engaged under the stars, a Gen Z and millennial power couple, it became the defining moment of the season. And Jesse? He smiled, clapped, and whispered to a producer off-screen, "Maybe I should have stayed in my own lane." Life after Paradise. After filming wrapped, couples faced the real world and the media storm that followed. Julia and Ryan did a GMA interview, defending their relationship with grace and humor. "We joke about it all the time," Julia laughed. "He doesn't get TikTok trends, and I still haven't seen The Office. But we're learning." Kat Izzo and Andrew Spencer didn't last, but they credited the no lanes mindset for pushing them to try something new. Jesse Palmer released a mini podcast episode titled, "I Said What I Said, and I Learned Something." Bachelor Nation, the truth is, I thought I was helping, but sometimes the best love stories happen when you throw the map away. The backlash faded, the season was a hit, and Paradise continued proving that, age aside, love really can bloom under a setting sun and a free-flowing bar. Legacy of a line. Months later, "Stay in your generational lane" had become a meme, a Bachelor catchphrase, and even a limited edition t-shirt on Etsy. But it also sparked a deeper conversation across the fandom. Should the franchise continue mixing generations on Paradise? Does age even matter when it comes to emotional maturity and compatibility? Was Jesse Palmer just saying what producers told him to? Podcasts, Reddit threads, and TikToks dissected it all, but one thing was clear. Jesse's comment changed the trajectory of Bachelor in Paradise forever. What began as a flippant toast became the fire that tested every relationship on the beach and made the strong ones even stronger. One last twist. In the After Paradise reunion, filmed months later in LA, Jesse sat down with the final couples. Julia and Ryan were still together, holding hands, defiant as ever. Then Jesse turned to the audience and said, "This season challenged a lot of assumptions, so for next season, we're trying something new." A dramatic pause. Welcome to Bachelor in Paradise, Generations Collide, where every single couple will be made up of one Gen Z and one millennial. The audience screamed. The cast jaws dropped. Jesse grinned. Let's see what happens when everyone leaves their lane.